today's UI7 Newsbreak, learn about a new university initiative that has faculty talking about their future and potential budget cuts.
Plus, see how the Women's Resource Center brought awareness of domestic violence to the Illinois campus.
Then, take a closer look into the first Illinois men's basketball exhibition game of the season.
Your UI7 Newsbreak starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, this is your UI7 Newsbreak.
Hello, and welcome to UI7 Newsbreak. I'm Dion Johnson.
And I'm Jessica Corso.
For our top story, the annual meeting of faculty at the U of I took place on Monday at the Alumni Union.
UI7's Walker Post has more on what President Timothy Killeen's new budget initiative has to offer.
As the Illinois state budget remains in limbo, universities across the state are hurting. The annual U of I faculty meeting allowed them the opportunity to participate in an open forum. Lecturer in the Department of Computer Science, John Bambenek, has major questions regarding what's next for the university.
I'd like to hear more about how we're moving forward as a university despite these difficulties. It's very easy, kind of the beginning of the semester, be heads down in my department or my course load, but I'd like to hear how we're moving forward as a campus community to still do good by our students and continue to do the research that we're doing.
President Timothy Killeen is optimistic about a bill he intends to introduce to legislators.
I think it is the most comprehensive such compare in higher education in the country.
The Investment Performance and Accountability Initiative, or IPA for short, is a budget arrangement that provides university funding for the next 5 years. In return, the university would commit to specific educational goals, such as providing sufficient financial aid to students as well as meeting certain graduation rates. This comes after the university lost more than $750 million in state funding in the last 2 years. Lecturer in the Department of Computer Science, John Bambenek, has major questions regarding what's next for the university.
Much faculty members can do about it. We can certainly call our legislators. All of them say they want a budget. It's just some of these issues that they're fighting about. It's certainly unideal, but that's the circumstance we have to find ourselves in.
Killeen proposes the IPA at the UI Board of Trustees meeting on November 10th. If approved, the initiative will be forwarded to the Illinois Board of Higher Education. In Urbana, I'm Walker Post, UI7 Newsbreak.
For non-tenure track faculty.
As budget cuts continue to affect faculty, one college will be working with a new leader who can push faculty in a new direction. Martin Camargo is the new interim dean for the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, effective as of yesterday. Camargo replaces former Dean Bryant, who was retired on Monday. Before becoming an interim dean, he was the associate dean for humanities and interdisciplinary programs in LAS. He is also a professor of classic and medieval studies. The College of LAS accounts for 1/3 of all faculty on campus, with more than 99% of students taking classes in the college.
Continuing with campus news, with Domestic Violence Awareness Month coming to an end, the university never stops taking action. Take a look at how the Women's Resource Center is playing a major role in spreading awareness.
The Clothesline Project is held at the alma mater year after year, but this time it's a little different. Not only is this an art display of violence against women, but it's a place for students to raise awareness and get involved. Megan Donahue has only been a volunteer at the Women's Resources Center for a short time now, but loves the experience it has given her.
They take a very activist approach to things, which I personally love because I think that garners more exposure, more support, more awareness of these issues.
The city of Urbana-Champaign is only one of 500 communities that take part in the Clothesline Project. The local community has over 500 t-shirts shown here, decorated by students and campus community members. The Women's Resources Center does this event during the Domestic Violence Awareness Month to show support to survivors.
1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime, and it's especially important to have these resources on a college campus.
Yeah, well, domestic violence affects many of us, not just because we've been in relationships or in living situations that have been violent, but often because we came to college after coming from a home where there was violence.
The Clothesline Project may be a one-day event, but it's a start to forming a community among every student who walks by. For volunteers like Donahue, it's a place where she can show students it's okay to share.
We just want to raise more awareness for this issue, especially because I think it's so hard to talk about, but we really do need to start this discussion more in order to address the problem.
A candlelight vigil was held at the alma mater to spread awareness for domestic violence. Students and community members gathered around the area to listen and share experiences. Tears were shed and voices were heard for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. People of all ages came together to light candles and honor those that have been affected. For Stephanie Yee, the vigil was more than just a call to action.
This is the way to show domestic violence survivors who aren't able to open up that there are people, there's a community, there's a family out there waiting for you, willing to support you and help you.
The vigil was a place where the public could come together as a community to speak out against physical, mental, and emotional abuse. A moment of silence was taken at the end of the vigil to mourn victims and support survivors.
While candles were lit for the vigil on campus, another community lit candles Saturday night for the annual Hindu Festival of Lights, Diwali. UI7's Jean Kang introduces us to the significance of family and cultural meaning behind this holiday.
Diwali is a big and important holiday in India where families celebrate together with food and good company. Solani Chawla looks back at the memories she's made in India with her family.
We stay up all night playing cards and talking with each other. The food that we cook, especially for Diwali, the desserts, the sweets and the varieties, the lights, I think it's the best time of the year for me.
Diwali is the Hindu festival of lights celebrated every autumn. It signifies the victory of good over evil, or light over darkness. Vice President of the group, Punit Singhvi, says Diwali in India is a beautiful time of the year.
It's just so lively. You see people all around the city moving here and there. The entire streets are lightened up with decorations all around the city. Houses are, decorated. Within the houses, you do decorations.
Students could participate in the celebration of Diwali by lighting up candles and placing them all over the quad. Candles and matches were provided free of charge by the Indian Graduate Student Association. In addition, a multitude of Indian cuisines were offered for a low price. For some students, like Kritika Swaminathan, the Indian Graduate Students Association helps her feel at home during this important holiday.
They haven't let me feel that, let me miss my family. It's been pretty nice, and we have a small family around over here.
But for Solani Chawla, she still misses being home.
I probably would be okay staying here in the holidays and winter and summer break, but Diwali is the time that I actually miss home a lot.
In Urbana, Jean Kang, UI7 Newsbreak.
While Diwali was being celebrated on the U of I campus, it also is being celebrated worldwide, and their tradition continues with an important family in D.C. Obama was the first president ever to celebrate Diwali back in 2009 in the White House, and Monday marked a new first for the president. He celebrated the Indian holiday by lighting the first ever diya in the Oval Office. The diya is the symbolic lamp that represents how light always overcomes darkness. Obama says as Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, Buddhists light the diya, share in prayer, honor their homes, and open their doors to host and feast with loved ones, we recognize that this holiday rejoices in the triumph of good over evil and knowledge over ignorance. Obama hopes future presidents will continue the tradition at the White House in years to come.
When we come back, find out which of U of I alumnus offered up some laughs for Champaign-Urbana residents.
Also, learn about how one father-son duo strive for excellence on the court.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Champaign recently welcomed back a familiar alumnus at the Virginia Theater.
Hear how his Illinois experience offered him the opportunity to come back and create laughter. Nick Offerman, who is mostly known for his role in the comedy series Parks and Recreation, performed at the Virginia Theater last night for a stand-up comedy act. Offerman received a Bachelor of Fine Arts from the University of Illinois in 1993. Shortly after, he started Defiant Theater, a theater company in Chicago with a few of his fellow students, after which he moved on to appear in shows and movies that we know him best for. Offerman won the Critics' Choice Television Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role as Ron Swanson in Parks and Recreation. Champaign welcomed Offerman back with a packed house and a sold-out show.
Now for our sports update, basketball season has officially begun for the Fighting Illini men's team, and the Illini still have some improvements to make moving forward on the court. The cheerleaders cheered and the fans roared as Illinois played their first exhibition game on Sunday against Washington University. Last year, the Illinois team had to power through several injuries, but now Tracy Abrams and Michael Thorne Jr. were both granted a 6th year of eligibility. Both teams had some foul trouble, but overall, Washington University distributed the ball well, and Illinois was able to take advantage of their size down low towards the net. The game ended with a score of 82-75 Illinois. Even though Illinois won, Coach John Gross says until the next exhibition game against Lewis on Friday, he wants to see Illinois improve on consistency, defensive holds, offensive holds, moving the ball around, and shot selection.
While one Finky is playing in the State Farm Center, 2 others are spending their time in a local high school gym. UI7's Mike O'Neill shares more on how the youngest Finky continues his family basketball legacy in this edition of See You Neighbor.
Dribble, pass, shoot, and score. Basketball is nothing new to Tim Finke, the son of Champaign Central basketball coach Jeff Finke. Along with the motivation from his father, Tim constantly pushes himself to compete at a high level, much like his 2 older brothers.
It's been really cool to have them because, I've been able to play versus them, with them being good and everything. It's challenged me, to become a better player and, see what they've gone through is, it's helping me as well.
Jeff's oldest son, Michael, is a junior playing at Illinois, which is also his alma mater. A member of the 1989 Flying Illini, Jeff has seen high-quality basketball both at the university and in his own home. Though his sons each have different skill sets, Jeff sees strong abilities in every aspect of Tim.
It's been really kind of fun to not have the same player, being able to coach all 3 of them over the years. And to coach Tim, he's gotten a lot stronger and very athletic, willing defender, and able to keep guys in front of him. So yeah, he's a complete player.
Coach Finke has no doubt that Tim displays strong self-motivation. Jeff preaches that he can teach Tim the game, but he can't give Tim passion for it. But Tim's dedication is nothing to be worried about. While many high schoolers were watching the Cubs play in Game 6 of the World Series last night, Tim was in Combs Gym doing a skills workout with his coach.
You got to put in the work to, receive everything that personally I want. I have a lot of goals, and so, we got to work for those goals, and, that's how I look at it.
Though the prospect has yet to decide on where he will play college basketball, he is determined to make an impact. In Champaign, I'm Mike O'Neill, UI7 Newsbreak.
Well, that is it for this UI7 Newsbreak. For more of our stories, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at UI7 Newsbreak.
Thank you and have a great day.